Hello everyone, we got two pieces of news coming out of the state of California. If you live in the state of California and you find this interesting, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. If you appreciate that, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We have news about both the California Department of Justice supporting the NRA in a way in the SB2 scenario that is causing a lot of people to have issues getting a CCW. We are fighting the lawsuit on that in May versus Bonta, but we are fighting the sensitive spaces. Currently, there is a little bit of an issue with people being able to get their CCW permits in general because the state of California put in restrictions on who can actually be a CCW instructor. Now, a couple months back, they put out the emergency regulations regarding how you're going to have to go through the training, who is qualified to give the training, and in that, there was basically only two ways that someone could be a certified instructor for CCW permits in the state of California. I believe you had to be post-certified to train law enforcement, as well as I think BSIS, something like that. Basically, 90% of the CCW instructors that I talked to in the state of California were not certified under the new emergency regulations that the DOJ put out, which is concerning because all of a sudden their livelihoods were gone and your ability to get your CCW certification was gone. Well, because of the outcry from the constituents, because the CRPA got so many people to comment on those emergency regulations, the California Department of Justice has walked this back to include a variety of law enforcement training, both the post-certified, something through the CHP, and now NRA certified instructors, as long as they have the right NRA certification, can actually give a CCW instructor training course to the general public. It seems as if the main reason that they made this change had something to do with the amount of people that made comments about this. The law enforcement agencies that wrote and opposed it, because currently law enforcement in general and the unions and the organizations that represent them are opposing SB2. It's wacky mic season. Got a candle that my wife makes attached to the mic. Sorry, I just realized that. So because of the amount of people in law enforcement and in the general public that made comments, we got that changed, which is great. So now there is a more attainable route for the average CCW instructor to go out and become certified if they are not already to train the general public, which means more people can actually take the training to get their CCWs. Now, the last thing that we are going to be talking about today is the Nguyen versus Bonta lawsuit. Now, the Nguyen versus Bonta lawsuit is a challenge on the one firearm purchase per 30 days restriction in the state of California. So the Nguyen versus Bonta lawsuit, we recently got a movement in that where they said, hey, we are going to rule this unconstitutional and we will put a judgment in soon. And basically that meant we have to wait until the judgment comes through. Well, the judgment from the courts came through, and I'm going to be quoting some sections here. It's very short. I will have it linked in the description down below. The court declares that the California Penal Code sections 27535 and 27540F and dependents enforcement policies, practices, customs, and actions related to the enforcement of those penal codes violate the right to keep and bear arms under the 2nd and 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. So, currently in the state of California, if you want to purchase or put a background check or start a background check on a firearm, you can only do one firearm background check per 30 days, meaning start a background check. 10 days later in the state of California, come pick it up. 20 days after that, which is now 30 days, you can then start the background check. After 30 days from the initial application, you can start a background check on another firearm. If you want to be exempt from that, get a COE, Certificate of Eligibility, and an FFL03, a Curio and Relics firearms license. No, the ATF cannot just come into your house because you have a Curio and Relics FFL03. No, stop it. Go watch my video, we talk about it. If you want to be exempt from that in general, go ahead and get the COE and FFL03. But right now, there is a 30-day stay being put forward by the judges so that the state of California can request an appeal to the Ninth Circuit. Now you might be asking yourself, why do we have to play by the rules? Why do we have to put in these stays? Why does our side always have to put in these stays when the state of California and the Ninth Circuit seems to break the rules whenever they want, whenever it suits them? Well, you're right. That seemingly is how it is. And that's unfortunate. It's, it's a double standard. We are not having our cake. They are having their cake and eating it too. They can do whatever they want, and that's unfortunate. We have a long battle ahead of us. This is going to make it to the Supreme Court eventually, or another similar case will make it to the Supreme Court and make this a non-issue. But it's a long fight ahead of us. Support the organizations that support you. Thank you, everyone. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.